Jordan Peterson is synonymous with controversy and drama. This time, he freaked out over Elliot Page and yelled some more. While Jordan's reaction was no surprise, what netizens decided to do with it was surprising indeed, and also very funny. So, what did Mr. Peterson do this time? And what's causing the internet to laugh out loud? Find out in this video. First up, what happened? Jordan Peterson, a conservative psychologist and YouTuber, was enraged recently over being banned from Twitter. But how did he land himself in this situation? Well, offend everyone on the planet and break a few community rules, of course. It all started when Elliot Page, the actor from the hit Netflix show Umbrella Academy, transitioned. They talked about getting surgery to change their gender and also changing their name in a recent interview. Although Elliot didn't even talk about Peterson, the psychologist decided to insert himself into the conversation. He posted on Twitter about the star and his surgery, saying the doctor who removed his breasts was a criminal physician. He found himself reminiscing about the good old days when pride was a sin. He also dead name and misgendered Elliot on purpose in an attempt to establish that he doesn't believe in transgender rights. Alright, we get it. No need to be so aggressive about it, Jordan. But Jordan and calm don't go together. As a consequence of the tweet, Twitter reached out to Jordan. They told him he had to delete the tweet because it violated their community guidelines. Jordan instead insisted that he would not delete his tweet. He would rather die on that hill than be censored, even if he was trying to bully other people. As expected, Twitter banned him. Twitter 1, Jordan 0. Okay, so where does the meme come from? Jordan was not having it. He went on to his YouTube to rant about woke moralists and their attempts to censor free speech. He ended his video with "Up yours, woke moralists," thinking he's probably ended it the sassiest way possible. But the internet did what the internet does best. It made memes. People thought that his quote looks like an angry villain cursing after defeat, so they turned him into one. The first one to appear made him a Wallace Breen propaganda broadcast from Half-Life 2. He became a Breencast at the train station angrily screaming, "We'll see who cancels who." The video fits in so perfectly, we think Jordan may have a successful villain career lined up for him. The second was a scene from Command & Conquer: Red Alert. In the scene, the commander curses at players after they win. Similar to the last video, he was seen saying, "We'll see who cancels who," menacingly. In another, he was edited into Control. He delivers his iconic line in the cutscene. He was also featured in Metal Gear Solid 2. He called Raiden to once again warn against cancel culture. But perhaps the funniest one has to be him in Crash Bandicoot. The classic villain Dr. Neo Cortex was replaced by Jordan. His face appears to be floating and gives a warning to all moralists trying to cancel him. These memes prove that no matter what the argument is, the internet always wins. Hold up, how is Jordan okay with all this? As predicted, he did not like being the center of memes this week. To say he was not happy is an understatement. He decided to go on Kyle Koloniski's podcast, Crystal Kyle and Friends, to let people know exactly how unhappy he was. He explained how he only talked about Elliot because she was flaunting her abs on the cover of Esquire magazine. We get it, Jordan. You like misgendering people. He said that people like her are converting kids to unnatural things. It is, in his belief, that Page may have convinced confused gay kids that they were transgender. He seemed to have said his piece, but then Kyle dared to disagree with him. And we all know you never disagree with Professor Dr. Jordan Peterson. Kyle, who considers himself somewhat of a liberal, said that he doesn't think Jordan's claims about converting children are accurate. He explained that before people used to just assume that people would get influenced by what's on TV and convert. But that's just not true. Some people are just gay and some people are not. That's just it. For someone who makes fun of people that get easily offended, Jordan Peterson is very easily offended, we must say. He started yelling at him and telling him that everything he said is wrong and it's just not true. In the process, he even turned a little red from the anger. We are sensing another meme on its way. What about the Twitter ban though? On the same podcast, Jordan shared his sentiments about the Twitter ban. He said that the tweet got him in trouble, but he doesn't consider getting banned actual trouble. He seemed very nonchalant about the whole affair. After all, it's not the first time he's broken Twitter community guidelines. He posted the tweet the same day as the premiere of Umbrella Academy Season 3, so we don't think he did it accidentally. He knew what he was getting himself into. You reap what you sow, right? So, is anyone on his side? You'd think people turning you into a video game villain meant that you were done for. But no, Mr. Peterson has plenty of conservative friends that share his sentiments about transgenders. His daughter took to Twitter to express her discontent over her father are being banned. She also tagged Elon Musk in a tweet. Musk, free speech advocate and frequent meme himself, was quick to defend Peterson. He said Twitter goes too far with the rules and that hurts free speech. Better hide that tweet from hard drive, Elon. As if the richest man on earth coming to your defense wasn't enough, conservative political commentator David Rubin also decided to chime in. He wrote on Twitter that all of this was insane. He was told by Jordan that he would never delete that tweet. He also tagged Elon Musk in that tweet. Whether or not Elon takes over Twitter remains to be seen, but what is clear is that he is seen as the conservative messiah of sorts. BRB, we're tagging Elon to buy us a horse. Well, at least he's off social media, right? Nope. In other news, we have more bad news for all of you. First up, Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro are joining hands. The two custodians of patriarchy are joining hands to double their power. Conservative news channel The Daily Wire is launching the Daily Wire Plus. It is an online subscription-based platform that grants access to podcasts and video-on-demand content. The site is co-founded by none other than Ben Shapiro. The site was an obvious choice since both of them share similar right-wing conservative values and a love for talking very angrily at people. We're kind of afraid of all the yelling that both of them can do together. God save our ears. The Jordan B. Peterson podcast will have twice weekly releases. We are sure that the topics will range from the crisis of masculinity to the toxicity of cancel culture. He has talked about these issues extensively on his YouTube channel, which now boasts more than 5 million subscribers. Yikes. Jordan says that Daily Wire shares his values and he hopes to save the media landscape one podcast at a time. Thank you, King. What would we do without you? Second, Jordan Peterson defends Joe Rogan amid controversy. Jordan Peterson shared his thoughts over Joe Rogan's recent controversy. The UFC host has been accused of spreading misinformation regarding COVID-19 on his podcast to millions of listeners. After the accusations, his viewership dropped and Spotify was considering what to do with his show. In comes Peterson to the rescue. He explained that if Spotify kicked him off the platform, he would just find somewhere else to go. Instead, he urged the platform to wait the controversy out. Eventually, his viewership will be back again and no one will care. As hard as it is to say, we think we agree. After all, we don't want Daily Wire Plus to poach him now, do we? Next up, Jordan Peterson calls a model not beautiful. This is not the first time Peterson has left Twitter. Is that the third time he took a break or was removed from Twitter? He was once removed in 2016 after he criticized Canadian legislation that supported transgenders. Then he left Twitter in May 2022 after facing backlash for his tweet. In the tweet, he shared the cover of Sports Illustrated that featured an Asian plus-size model, Yumi Nu. This was the first time such a person ever graced the cover of Sports Illustrated, and it was a pretty big deal. Peterson shared the picture and said that she was not beautiful, and that no amount of authoritarian tolerance was going to change that for him. What a plus-size model has to do with authoritarianism is beyond us, though. At least he got a lot of backlashes, and rightly so. That's it for today, folks. Let us know which one of Jordan Peterson's statements is the most memorable in your opinion. Do you think turning him into a video game villain was justified? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back soon with another video.